Greetings everyone, this is PvZ Madness with you. Don't even try to understand what's happening on the screen, because that's what you are coming to this channel for. Today I'm going to upgrade not just anyone, but Ultomato himself. If you like my content, you are more than welcome to like it and start upgrading. So go for it! Ultomato is a quite unusual plant, especially when it comes to its upgrading. Its main feature is the stages of maturation, and now I'll explain how and in what order I will improve this plant. I'll start with the weakest green tomato and I'll raise levels until I meet a zombie that can be defeated by level 10 green Ultomato with a single beam. It's important to burn the enemy with a single attack, which is the whole point of my boosts. The base zombie had enough for one shot of the weakest tomato. Now we are going to put a stronger zombie, which of course is the cone head. We could look at some dead guy like Disco Zombie, who is somewhere in the middle between the base zombie and the cone zombie, but let's not get too carried away. The cone head, by the way, withstood the sizzling beam of a level 1 green tomato, so the pumping begins. Upgrading to level 4, I decided that I would use this structure: level 1, 4, 7 and 10. I don't see the point of raising one level at a time, and now we have witnessed that the orange cap was able to survive a level 4 green Ultomato attack. Okay, let's go to level 7. I think that's a nice boost in power, but it turns out that even so the nasty cap survived, though its life obviously hangs in the balance. So he is forcing us to pump tomato to the maximum level 10. Now the green kid clearly has no intention of putting it off. He scotched the poor cone guy right from the start. Now it's the zombie's turn to put up a more powerful fighter. That would be the Tomb Raider from Lost City. There's too big jump between the cone head and the bucket head, so I call these tricks in a head. And he lived up! A level 10 green tomato couldn't kill him in one shot. We had exhausted the resource of the first form of this plant. The middle version of the tomato family is next, and I'm giving the plant back to level 1 again, because the level 1 yellow Ultomato hits harder than the green one at level 10, which confirms that the Tomb Raider is completely burnt out by a single shot. Brings someone tougher. The tougher one is Bully from the Jurassic Swamp, not a veteran yet, but also quite a sturdy member of the Dead Guys. With the loss of his arm, he survived, and now he is going to face level 4 yellow tomato. A jump of 4 levels is not a bad reinforcement. Let's see if we can not only cripple the zombie, but send him back to the other world. Unfortunately, we created another client for the prosthetics company, but we couldn't kill the zombie. Well, level 7 should be enough. After all, he's just a bully, not a veteran. And imagine, the bully survived the beam from a level 7 tomato. The situation clearly shows how slightly the characteristics of this plant grow. In absolute terms, Ultomato's characteristics grow may be good, but in relative terms, it's one of the weakest in the game. So, at level 10, even Yellow Tomato has to defeat a common bully, otherwise I'll have to admit that it's a shame. Regular bully is even less tough than Buckethead, and luckily he was able to finish him off. And now it's time for the Buckethead. He's almost 300 HP stronger than Bully, and that's enough to make us go from the Yellow Tomato to the most formidable version of the plant. And now His Majesty Disbalance. Red Ultomato is a real monster that can burn a Buckethead even at first level. Slightly stronger than the Buckethead is Pharaoh in the Sarcophagus, but even this armor isn't the best defense against the Mad Tomato, it just crushes the blue-blooded zombie to ash. Another member of the class Elite comes out next, not a Pharaoh of course, but a Knight's rank is also worth something, and by the way, the Knight's helmet allowed the dead man to stay alive after one shot. Here we get to the point where the Red Ultomato has already gone up in levels. To begin with, we take the 4th. It was at this level that the Knight's career was cut short. Again we turn to the representatives of the Jurassic Swamp. This time we are faced with a trendy with a skull on his head. To his great regret, the skull was knocked off his head instantly, but the zombie remained alive. Attempt number 2, and the Ultomato is now a level 7, so let's see if the zombie's skull will save it now. No, this time the beam was so powerful that the zombie would have to summon someone stronger. There are not many stronger characters based on the basics. One of them is the Roman Centurion, who, before he knew it at all, went into the company to the Jurassic. Well, let's call Brickhead. It's the toughest basic zombie, and its head armor was too much for a level 7 Red Ultomato. I want to deal with the basics sooner, so this is the moment of truth. Red Ultomato at level 10. This is the maximum form of the plant if you don't take into account external boosters and master levels. What can I say? Impressive. All of the basic zombies were passed only on this plant's internal resource. Now this sleepy tomato is in for a much more serious test, and now Bully Veteran has arrived. He's probably regretting his haste now, he would rather be hanging out in his Jurassic swamp. I was hesitant to release Robocone, since it has only 30 HP more toughness than Bully, but I decided not to break tradition and to watch this teen was destroyed for part. And that means we have already gotten to Gargantua. I remind you that the goal of any upgrade is to defeat Gargantua with a single attack, the apogee of the whole action. Let's not delay and let's go try to kill him. The tomato yawns, Gargantua appears, get ready, fire! It seems we were a little hasty, one shot wasn't enough for the big guy. So it's time to use external reinforcements. No point in feeding Ultomato, because it's destructive to him, which I don't like by the way. Mint on the other hand should help us. So, Red Ultomato at 10th level under Mint's enhancement against Gargantua. Attack! Gargantua burned to the ground, but his imp materialized out of thin air and flew into the attack. He shouldn't have done it. It turns out that we have achieved the main goal, but there is no limit to perfection. Let's fight more durable enemies, thankfully there are still plenty of them. It will probably be a revelation to some that the Robocone Veteran is stronger than the regular Gargantua, although the orange iron was destroyed by the 10th level Red Tomato under the Mint enhancement. Okay, that was a warm-up between the two kinds of Gargantua, so now we can get down to fighting the toughest zombie in the full-fledged locations. To my great regret, even the Mint enhancement wasn't enough to destroy the Gladiator in one shot. There is nothing more to pull, let's take the level 200 Master Tomato. And I'm gonna try it without Mint, just to see how far we will get on the inner resource of this plant. The Roman Gug was burned, so who is next in terms of health? I think it's Yeti. Come on, for a bag of balls. Now we will try to send you to the scrapyard too. We'll try and send. The Ultomato did it. The turn came to the generals as well, so that our subject wouldn't attack the Chaos zombie, I had to use my wits. I planted the tomato lower, and after the enemy had fully emerged, I did the casting with the root escape. Well, praise me for that idea, but don't praise Tomato, because he couldn't destroy the first general in one shot. Now let's put all the pieces of the puzzle together and strengthen the Red Ultomato of the 200th level master with Mint. Let's see what the first degree Chaos zombie has to say about it. He didn't have time to say anything, but he fell off the treadmill rather spectacularly. This causes me to summon a Z-Mech of the same first degree, and it is 2000 HP stronger than its predecessor. The machine has 10,000 HP durability. He started his teleportation stunt here, but was quickly destroyed by the first Ultomato beam. Now that's real unbridled power. The most durable general of the first degree is Caesar. He has 14,000 HP strength, or rather health because he's not a machine, and even such solid numbers didn't allow the zombie to survive the encounter with Ultomato. Defeating all three first degree generals with a single attack is a grandmaster result for any plant. Very few can boast that. All that remains is to check the same Caesar, only now 3rd degree. He has 18,000 HP, and this is the maximum durability of all zombies in the game, with the exception of the Zombots under the boss. Unfortunately, this zombie was beyond Ultomato's reach, he couldn't destroy it with a single attack, but still, today's plant showed a very cool result. Finally, for fun, I summoned an Egyptian Zombot. It wasn't a pure experiment, the boss got a mint and the Ultomato took turns landing and firing at random. But you can notice that after emptying 2 health cells out of the 3 available, the Zombot stopped taking damage and took a breather. This often happens to him if you attack with something that can take more than 2 or 3 of his health at a time. So I wish everyone the same luck as Zombot in PvZ. Well, that concludes the video. I hope it lived up to your expectations and you will not regret the likes. Subscribe if you haven't done it, and see you in the next PvZ Madness. Bye!